Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's Rafe Cal. We're gonna try something weird. So I've been kind of going back and forth on how best to approach this. So I checked what the ordeals situation is. It is a dungeon called the Cave of Trials, which was added to create endgame weapons for the other 5 characters. In order to go through the Cave of Trials, or in order to earn an item from the Cave of Trials, you have to bring one of the characters with you. Each of them gets an endgame armor, helmet, it looked like, and a weapon. The weapons are all being at the bottom. And all of the stats on them look ridiculous. Like, they're actually way better than a lot of the other weapons. And the one that really stood out to me... So out of the options, Sid is slow and tanky. Adding a good weapon to him at the end could be good, but he's still slow and tanky. I'm not sure in this system, because of how the agility works, if that's still going to be good. Edward is very fast. His equipment is ridiculous. And I honestly am wondering if he would become broken from how powerful that equipment seemed. I believe all 3 pieces of his equipment added 15 to all of his physical stats. So he's getting like a 45 boost to all of them. Now, for the record here, that's the scale we're looking at for the number. So, like, he'd end up on par or higher than, like, Cecil in every regard. But his hit points are still gonna suck. And for Zero Miss, it doesn't matter. You need your hit points. The twins also have crap hit points. Like, these 3, that's really where I'm at. It doesn't matter how good they could be, how good their equipment is. Their hit points suck. Zeromus only cares about you being able to survive his attack. And that leaves Yang. Now, Yang's attacks are not very dependent on his equipment. They scale with his level, because he's a monk. So my thought is, I'm curious what Yang's stats look like. $60 strength base, 111 attack base. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And how much? 4,000 hit points. So my thought here is, who hasn't betrayed us? I want to see what Yang looks like. Now, he has lightning claws on right now. But we can do this. $116 attack, which is pretty much right on par with where Kane was, with a times 13 multiplier, which is higher. Yeah, I think this is going to be good. I want to try it. And that's without his endgame gear. I was kind of debating just ignoring this side dungeon and going through the rest of the game normally with the classic endgame party. Now, we don't have Kane's best weapon, so technically he could get better, but we also don't have Yang's best weapon. So this dungeon looks relatively large. I'm gonna create this as a 4th save, just so we've got this kind of divergence point that we can roll back to if I change my mind. So yeah, I was debating just going through the game normally, and I finally decided, you know what? I needed a little bit more level, or I wanted to try and get a few more levels anyway. And I kind of wanted to try, this is probably just regular enemies. Yeah, this is regular enemies. Even, you know, when I first played the game as a kid, I never liked Kane. Like, he always seemed like the weak link to me on the team. And I don't know what it is. I think part of it, now that I know the system better, is that, spears have a lower accuracy rating than swords. Step inside if you wish to test yourself. Okay. So I have no idea what the layout for this is. Like, most of these areas seem solid, and also, more importantly, that was fast. Like, Yang is fast, which really makes me feel like this is a good choice. He's outspeeding Edge right now. I'm just saying. I realize the double cat claws are contributing to that when Edge has his sword on. Like, I think Edge is naturally faster. But I feel like for Zeromus, that's really solid. Being able to just berserk him up and just go to town seems good. Yeah, I don't think we want to deal with that. Just for the record, I'm not just randomly walking into walls. I'm trying to see if there are hidden passages, because it would make sense for me that there would be hidden passages. There we go. Red jacket. I believe that's Edward's. Which, I believe the first appearance that we see of Red Jacket is in FF6, and it is equipable by the royal characters, so I can see that making sense. Come on, run away. Okay, so this is an 8-floor dungeon. The enemies don't seem super hard, which is odd. Like, it very much feels like this is like we should have done this before we started going through Lunar Subterrane. technically, to complete this, you need to go through it twice. Just because we're... just because you technically have to bring characters with you to get their endgame gear. My thought was, I really don't want to go through and try and beat all the side bosses offhand. Like, I don't know. I'm really torn. Because part of me wants to just for the sake of it. But I really don't have any intention of using the other characters. Like, using Edward is a neat meme, but it's not necessary by any means. Yeah, I can see that there's an area over there. I just don't know how to get access to it. There we go. Hypno Crown. I'm gonna guess Porum. Should probably make sure. Yeah. Really? Empress was in Cave Eblin. I mean, if the cave... Or, no, it was something like that, though. Oh my god. I like that cat claw sleep effect also. Like, it's a nice addition to I guess going through this. Basically, if you're going through a dungeon, it feels kind of nice to be able to put enemies to sleep as you are hitting them. It also makes the game go a little faster because you're not having them go through their turn. I'm gonna guess nope. So we must just have to go around here. The evil dreamers were in March. Maybe the enemies get harder as you go down through the floors. Or something. Yeah. So, the conclusion I basically came to was, I think I'm just gonna do Yangs. So I can experience the dungeon. If I decide to, I can always go back later and redo it with the rest of the characters. But I feel like this is probably fine. We get to see the dungeon, we get to play with it, and I do think that Yang has the potential to be a better powerhouse than Kane. Oh my god. This encounter rate is ridiculous. Cat ear hood. Oh, okay, so that cat ear hood is probably actually Porum. That makes sense. That's Realm's best equipment in FF6. So yeah, Yang hits really hard. He's going to continue hitting harder as we level him up also. He also has way more hit points than pretty much anybody else. Now his defense is going to be significantly lower. But I don't know how that changes once we add in the idea of this additional armor that wasn't in the original game. You checked that, right? I think we have to go down around here. And then... there we go. White Tiger Mask. That sounds like a Yang item. So, boosts... okay, so let's just do a quick check. 80, 36, 62. Oh, actually lowers. Not quite as good in that regard, but it is significantly better in defense and magic defense. And magic defense is important. And it didn't lower his strength. It still gets the +5 strength bonus. Which I'm fine with. For a... it just lowered vitality. That's not a huge deal. Vitality's his best, or like one of his best stats anyway. So that's really just there to tease. I guess, and to let you know what you're kind of aiming for. Trying to mostly just focus on the fights that have one enemy, because the fast Yang and Edge can kind of just burn through them really quick before they get to act. Red cap, so that probably matches the red jacket. So, Edward's stuff. So many encounters. Another siren. I have thoughts on the sirens that we've gotten. I may have to mess with those later. I'm curious if or what encounters you'll get, because in the original game it summons the rarest encounter for an area. I don't know if that's still how it works. Brave suit? That could be Yang. That is Yang. Boosts all stats. Okay, so 80, 36, 57. Buh. So yes, that boosts all of his stats. That looks like a 15 strength. That is stupid. I am excited. Now, defense-wise... Actually, no, he's not quite as high, and his magic defense definitely isn't, even with the rune armlet on. Which, actually, maybe what we need to do there... No. Protect ring. Edges is lower even with the protect ring. Oh, because this... I think the sword lowers it. Yeah, they made the equipment for these... I mentioned that the equipment seemed ridiculous in certain cases. Yang's was up there, and Yang's already very good. Obviously, his doesn't actually boost attack, but it boosts all of his stats significantly, so I don't think we want to deal with more Boros. I do find it interesting that all of the other, so the 5 characters that you know that aren't part of the normal final party have special gear that only they can equip, but they can technically still equip the same stuff as everybody else. Like, the only person who actually has unique gear in the original game at the end is, I think Edge has a couple pieces and Kane has a couple pieces, but like, or not, okay, Cecil, but like, Forum can wear the white robe life staff, like they're not unique to Rosa. This is a really weird layout. I'm not actually sure what I'm doing. That's a back attack with 2 Arachnes. I'm gonna have to just cast Quake to make sure that I don't keep hitting those. Like, I think we're gonna be okay, but I'd prefer not to have to burn the garages, I guess. I do hope there's a save point at the end. Robe of Lords, I'm gonna guess is Alum? I haven't seen anything that is really shouting Sid to me yet. I guess technically we do have Yang's equipment at this point if we wanted to just continue without going for all of the gear. It'd be easy enough to do that at this point. I will say also I was considering dropping Edge for Yang instead of Kane, just because I do feel like they fill a similar role, Sage's Robe, so that's probably for him. Technically, I guess swapping I also considered dropping Rydia briefly, because I don't feel like you really need black magic at the end for Dromus. Like, you can do what you need to do without, and she has really low hit points, but I wasn't sure who I would trade her for. Okay, that's bothering me that I don't know how to get to that treasure chest. It looks like it's got to come from the left there. I'm not sure where it would be. See, we already did that. I'm gonna swap these out, mostly because I really want Yang to have those elemental resistances and an increased magic defense, because Rosa has White Robe, which is really, really good in that regard already. Okay, I'm gonna ignore that item I'm missing for now, and if I decide to go back to the cave, we'll figure it out. Yeah. So the golden toad that we just saw is apparently this game's equivalent of like a metal slime or a cactuar. It's a enemy that comes in, does a status effect, and runs away. We basically had no chance there because it was tied to I don't think these are new. So I think this is where we're getting to the actual scary stuff. Okay, so it's not all new stuff. It's just got some new stuff in there. I suppose we should double check this, because that looks suspicious. It's also very possible at this point that there isn't as much in the way of... Oh, never mind. I was going to say maybe there's no hidden passages here, but there's clearly hidden passages. So, see what we find. So I was trying to think through it, and it's like, we actually got most of the gear already. Oh, we didn't get Sid's. So this is probably Sid's equipment. I guess also worth noting, as we're potentially gonna, if we ever go through this dungeon a second time, it'll be really nice to have all of the armor already for the characters who we're not using right now. Okay. Those weren't in the original game, Mega Elixirs, so that should be full HP MP restore for the entire party. I'm slightly nervous that they're putting them in, but I'm okay with it. And honestly, that'll be really nice. Okay, so there's gonna be 5 pedestals. Wait, which one is one of these a save point? Yes. Okay. So I'm a little amused that we get Soma Drop at the end. There's one Soma Drop floating around, because 10 MP for the characters you can get in the end game is not notable. Like, 10 MP for Rosa and Rydia isn't actually a big deal. The main place where you would use that Soma Drop in, like, Randomizer is... There we go. Main place you would use that in Randomizer is on Tella or Fusoya, who have set MP values at 90 and 190. Okay, so this is going to be the hidden boss, Storm Dragon. I have no idea what to expect here. It's pretty hard physically, so let's get some... let's get some blinks going. I'm not sure what Whirlwind does, but I guess we'll find out. Oh, that's what Whirlwind does. Hey, that's ridiculous. Yeah, these hit like a ton of bricks. Is that just one shot? No. Okay, we're good. I'm wondering if that's okay. I was wondering if it was percentage based. Like maybe it does like 80% of everybody's health or something. Like the wave attacks do. So let's hope he doesn't counter, let's hope he doesn't counter this. Just realized we should have done this right off the bat. And now that we've got a pattern going, we're getting more into this, we'll be okay. We've stabilized a bit. I know what to expect a bit better. There we go. Radio finally gets Quake, and we get God Hand. Okay. So let's once again check here. 87, 46, 79. That boosted all three again. 16 times 122 or 122. That is so dumb. Yep. I think we're okay with keeping Yang. I'm slightly confused by the sword here. So, Harp for Edward. Maybe that's... I'm assuming this is for Sid. I'm assuming this is for either Palom or Porum, probably Palom. So this must be for the other one? Maybe it's supposed to be like a staff or something, I guess. I don't know, it looks like a samurai sword. Okay. So that was the Cave of Trials. Honestly, the dungeon itself was just kind of annoying. Like, the FF6 one that we had to do, the post-game dungeon they added in, was huge and sprawling and full of puzzles, and like it was a little obnoxious because it was kind of hard to navigate, but it wasn't obnoxious in the same way, because the encounter rate in this game is just crazy. Okay. So, we're gonna go... I mean, I suppose we could do a quick check just to see what some of this does. Just to round out the episode here. Seriously. I just want to take a quick look at what these characters have. So, just right off the bat there, Red Cap, Red Jacket is decent on that in that regard. You can see there it boosts his physical stats up significantly as well, which is nice. And that's without his last piece of equipment. Hallam. Oh, okay. Sage's robe is... Guess we'll just leave those equipped for now, since it doesn't matter that much. So just pumps his magic up through the roof. That's about what I expected. We did not find his other equipment, apparently. And then cat ear hood. Holy crap. Wish her HP didn't suck. I'm pretty sure that makes her a better healer than Rose. Never mind. It's really close, though. Considering that gold hairpin doesn't actually boost it, that's actually really solid. Gold hairpin is a intelligence boosting, not a spirit boosting. I think that was what I needed to sell. Let's make sure that we're not missing anything up here. Probably don't need that. Should probably just use the Soma drop. Okay, well, I think we're gonna wrap this episode here. I'm enjoying this party structure, so we're gonna keep it. It works. We can always do more later if we want to come back down, but I think for where we're at, this will work, and we can go and see if we can beat some of the other bosses. Hopefully you're still enjoying. If you are, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments, and as always,